This is a very short winter sequence. So this is for about day 1 to day 5 of your cycle. Now, depending on how long you bleed for, your winter could be a little bit longer. So up to day sort of 7, maybe day 10. There's never any strict rules about it. But this is when you're very, very low on energy. You have started your bleed, or it is the new moon time if you don't have an actual bleed, but you're tracking your moon cycles. So when we are in winter, we want to stay very, very rooted and work into the root chakra. And winter is a very vata time, so it's very airy and space, quite a chilly time as winter is. So we're wanting to create warmth in the body, warmth in the root chakra and into our womb space area. So just to begin with, find a nice comfortable seated position. You can sit on a blanket or a bolster. We're going to find soft shoulders. We're going to close the eyes and just start with a couple of really nice long breaths. And you might choose to blow it out through the mouth. And keeping the eyes lowered or closed, we're cupping the hands around the knees. We're going to start to very gently circle. Circle the body, bringing the heart forward as we come forward, and rolling into a gentle curve of the spine as we go back. We're stirring the cauldron, stirring into that root, into the womb space. And your winter can be a time where we really connect with what's important to you. Maybe taking it around the other direction, just asking yourself, how do I feel? Maybe what's happened today or what's going to be happening. What do I feel good about? What doesn't sit right with me today? I can be really truthful. Lovely. Bringing it back to centre when you're ready. Taking a moment just to take the hands to the womb space, bringing the first fingers together and thumbs together into a yoni mudra. And now we've brought our awareness down here, perhaps setting an intention for our womb space. Particularly if at the beginning of our bleed or we're on the new moon. Just setting that intention. This is a real manifestation point of our cycle. And gently release and come over to your hands and knees. And comfort is the key word here. So maybe doubling up on the yoga mats or just popping a blanket underneath the knees, making sure everything is really comfortable. Hands under the shoulders. We're going to do some very gentle cat-cows. So inhaling, lifting the head and the chest, pointing the bottom. As you exhale, rounding the spine, letting the head go heavy. Following your breath, making these small, subtle movements. Nothing too big. Nice softness in the elbows. Lovely. Once we've taken that motion, we're going to come back to a nice neutral spine. Take the knees out a little wider, bring the toes together and come back to a child's pose. Now if you do have a bolster or some cushions, we're going to bring it in underneath the chest and just let the head go heavy. So you can bring the forehead down if that feels comfortable, or maybe just to one side. And a few lovely long breaths there. If you've got the head turned to one side, just turn it over to the other side. And then gently bringing it back up, just rolling the cushions or the bolster away. Going to come back to our tabletop. Sliding the hands over to the left, we're going to step the right foot forward, and you could again bring the bolster just under the hands to get a little bit of space. and gently rock forwards and backwards. Just as big or as little as you want to. Notice any tension in the hips and the belly and trying to relax into it. Nice and gently bringing it forward, just relaxing into that nice low lunge. We might go a little lower if we want to by bending the elbows. Don't worry if there's not much space there. If you do get the forearms to the floor, that's great. If not, again, it's what your body wants to do. Taking a few breaths, relaxing into it. You might even let the head go heavy. Just surrendering into the winter season. Lovely. Slowly bringing yourself back up and then stepping the knee back. Here we're going to take a figure 8 with the hips. So we want to draw a figure 8 with the hips. So we're taking the hips back, rolling it to one side, lifting up, going to the opposite side, over and down. Don't overthink it, it doesn't have to be a perfect 8. Bringing it back to centre. And let's take that to the other side. So we're stepping the hands over to the right, stepping that left foot forward. Take that gentle rock forwards and backwards. And again, hands can be on bolsters, cushions, or if you've got yoga blocks, bring them in. Little rock forwards and backwards. Notice how this side feels. Bringing it to the front and then starting to bend the elbows. So again, you might find that the forearms reach the floor, they might be anywhere in between. Relax the head, surrender into the posture. And gently bring it up. Step that foot back, and then we're going to take that figure 8 in the opposite direction. Now, if you're thinking, I have no idea what that is, it's fine, just freestyle it. We're trying to draw that figure 8 again, and you might get started and think, oh no, that's the way I was doing it. Change direction. Lovely. Rolling around and then bringing it back to centre. Gently going to sit back on the heels. If that feels okay, you can always come to sitting bones if you prefer. Just take a moment, maybe taking the hands so that the palms are facing up to the sky. A few lovely long breaths. Blowing out through the mouth. Releasing what isn't needed. And we're going to invite in some energy that we need to get us through the winter. So taking the arms down to the sides, palms facing out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you get to the top, we're going to bring the fingertips together. Exhale, pushing down towards that womb space. Bring the hands there. Take that through again. Inhale, sweeping up, bring the fingertips together. Take it down to the womb space. Take a few more of these. As you inhale, we're scooping up the prana, the energy that we need. As we exhale, we're bringing it down onto the womb space. Bringing in that intention that we've set, that sankalpa. Let's take through one more time. Lovely big breath in. Bring the hands down to the womb space. And once again, taking that yoni mudra. Take a moment just to appreciate this little bit of movement and breath. To release any judgments. And just to surrender in to the stillness of winter. Namaste.